picture this. You walked into a house worth $150,000, your dream investment property, and walk out owning it without spending a single dime of your own money. Feels like a Netflix heist series, right? But no ski mask, no dramatic music, and no jail time in here. Just real estate creativity at its finest. By the end of this video, not only will you know exactly how I pulled it off, but you also have a roadmap to try it yourself. So grab your coffee or your I'm going to own real estate with no money juice, and let's dive in. What's up, beautiful people? If you're new here, I'm Jonah Korchin, and I talk about all things real estate, strategies, creative financing, and ways to build wealth without selling a kidney. Seriously, kidneys are valuable, but so is your brain when it comes to real estate investing. Today, I'm sharing the story of how I bought 3249 Jottings Drive in Columbus, Georgia for $150,000 without spending a dime of my own money. Spoiler alert, it involves some creative thinking, a little networking magic, and surprisingly, no wizard hats. Stick around because I'll be breaking it down step by step, how I found the deal, structured it, overcame challenges, and turned it into a cash flowing gem. Trust me, this isn't one of those you have to be a millionaire already kind of tricks. It's practical, doable, and totally learnable. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about how I found this deal, because you can't just Google magical no money real estate deals and expect Zillow to serve it up on a silver platter. If that worked, I'd already be retired on a beach somewhere sipping pina coladas. Back in 2021, I was watching the Columbus, Georgia market closely. Why? It's a military town, and military folks need housing. It's like the circle of life for rentals. One day, a wholesaler I knew gave me a call about a frustrated Airbnb host. This guy had tried to turn the house into a cash cow, but ended up with a milk carton that was bone dry. Airbnb was not working for him, and he was ready to throw in the towel. Lucky for me, I love catching towels midair. The seller just wanted to walk away, focus on note investing, and let someone else deal with the house. It was the real estate version of I'm done adulting, someone else take over. Here's the lesson. Relationships are everything in this business. Build a network of wholesalers, agents, and other investors. You don't have to be the one digging for gold if you know the people who are already knee deep in the dirt. Now, let's get to the juicy part, the numbers. Here's where most people get wide-eyed and ask, wait, you can do that? The house was priced at $150,000. But instead of taking out a mortgage or rating my savings, I went with a strategy called subject to the existing mortgage. Translation, I slid into the seller's spot and started making their payments like a responsible adult with no intention of ever being boring. But hold up, it wasn't totally free. I paid the seller $10,000 to walk away, gave the wholesaler $5,000 for finding the deal, and set aside $10,000 for holding costs, repairs, and emergencies. That's $25,000. Now, if you're thinking, wait, you said no money of your own, here's the twist. I used a private money lender. Basically, this person had cash sitting around doing nothing like a teenager on a summer break, and I offered to put it to work. Here's the kicker. I gave them double-digit returns backed by real estate. Way better than leaving their money in a savings account earning 0% interest or trying their luck with meme stocks. Want to know how to find private lenders? That's a whole video in itself, so hit subscribe and stay tuned. Once the house was mine, the question was, what now? Flip it, rent it, turn it into a haunted house for Halloween season? Ultimately, I went with a lease option or rent-to-own strategy. Think of it like a Netflix free trial. The tenant gets to live in the house while deciding if they want to commit to happily ever after homeownership. Here's why it's a win-win. The tenant gets to build their credit and save for a down payment while living there. I get an upfront option fee, $5,000 in this case, that's non-refundable. Yes, non-refundable, it's mine forever, like the last slice of pizza no one called dibs on. Plus, I charged above market rent, netting an extra $250 a month in cash flow. And because the tenant had plans to buy, they treated the house like it was their own. They were responsible for all of the little maintenance, including toilets, toilets, leaky faucets, etc. I didn't have to deal with any of that. Now, was everything smooth sailing? Of course not. This is real estate, not a Disney movie. It took 3 months to find the right tenant. I was basically running a mini marketing agency for this one property. Ads on Facebook Marketplace, Zillow, even handwritten signs. Yes, desperate times call for desperate measures. Then after 2 years, the first lease option tenant decided not to buy. So what was cool is I kept that $5,000 option fee. The uncool part is I needed to find a new tenant. That's when I decided to transition the property into a traditional rental. Here's the key takeaway. Real estate is about flexibility. You've got to be ready to adjust, adapt, and occasionally laugh when things don't go according to plan. Fast forward to now, and this property is basically my MVP. It's appreciated by $50,000. The mortgage principal has been paid off by $7,000, and it still cash flows $150 a month as a traditional rental. In total, I've pocketed about $40,000 from this deal so far, and the best part, this house isn't done working for me. In 10 to 15 years, it could be worth $300,000 to $400,000. That's the beauty of real estate. It's like planting a money tree and watching it grow. Here's the moral of the story. Creative financing isn't just for the pros or the lucky few. It's for anyone willing to learn, hustle, and get a little creative. So stop thinking you need stacks of cash to get started when you really need is knowledge, persistence, and maybe a tiny sense of humor to get through the hiccups. If this story inspired you, taught you something new, or just gave you a laugh, smash that like button. And if you're ready to learn even more about creative financing and real estate investing, hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Questions, comments, or just want to say hi, drop them below. I want to respond to as many of you as I can. Until next time, remember, real estate is a marathon, not a sprint. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep chasing those deals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.